Hey girl, are you a work of Salvador Dali? Because I don't understand you at all. Anyway, today we are watching Even Fancier. Paintings, part 2 of the Fancy series. Let's do it.
NordVPN isn't like the other girls. Hello?
Wait, clown girls aren't like the other girls. They're funny. Oh my god, that's a mean one.
Oh, incognito mode videos now. Alright, so the schedule for this mini-series goes like
Schedule?
this. We did the main channel
Schedule? Is that how they say it? That's so weird to say it.
on theater, then an incognito mode on painting, which is this.
Yeah.
Then there's a main channel on wine, and then an incognito mode on a bunch of stories around wine.
Okay.
And there's a main channel on things that people wear. There's a main channel on luxury goods, and then we round the whole thing off with 2 more incognito modes.
Ah.
And then I go back into cryostasis.
Got it.
This first section is on the basics of painting, and we were a little bit worried to show it because we kind of felt like this will split the audience. Not because it's political or anything, but because it's so basic. So someone who already
It's too basic. I love things that are basic though.
knows something about art would be like, yeah, of course, why are you telling me this? But for someone like me, who knows practically zero about art, I found it really interesting, and I thought, why the heck haven't I been told this before, right? So, first section.
The basics of painting.
Basics of painting.
Okay.
The arts.
I've always wanted to do that. One of those, like, instead of breaking stuff in a room, you just take a bunch of paints and you throw paints all over the room. That sounds amazing.
Arts. Do not put an F in front of that. Worst mistake I ever made in my life. Alright, first, some things that'll make you go, yeah, and, or, oh,
Oh, yeah.
So look at this colorful goo.
Ew.
Paint. Delicious in both jam and chip form. But its raw components are just 2 essential things. An undissolving pigment and a medium. Now, pigments are basically just colorful dust, and the medium is the liquidy thing that the dust hangs out in.
Okay.
Now, the liquid determines what type of paint you have. Pigment plus water equals watercolors. Pigment
Oh my god. Okay, this is actually gonna blow my mind because I didn't even know that. I've always wondered how the different paints are made.
plus glue equals acrylics. Pigment plus oil equals oil paints.
Oh my
So
god.
simple. And pigment plus, moving on. Now,
Pigment Plus, is that My Little Pony in a jar? I don't understand the reference.
the pigment does not dissolve into the medium. Instead, it's just kind of suspended in it. When the pigment does dissolve into a medium, that's a dye. So that's the basic difference. Now, you have to transfer the paint onto the canvas. To do that, we need to talk tools.
Tools.
Well, first, you can just use your fingers. It was good
Okay.
enough for the cavemen, and it's good enough for your mum. So it's good enough for us. Then we tried brushes. Now here is the anatomy of a brush. You've got the handle, the
Handle is intended interface between the user and the tool. Bristles transfer paint onto the surface. A ferrule, a ferret, returns the bristles and attaches them to the handle. A crimp, that's what you call in rock climbing when there's like a really small hold and you have to like crimp your fingers to get on it. Secures the ferrule to the handle. Brush size, most common range from 000 to 20. Vas deferens, Latin for carrying away vessel. Okay, so that's just the shaft. Also, I always wondered why there were numbers on the brush stick.
bristles, the ferrule, and the crimp. Now the bristles are the most important bit. First we were just using mangled up reeds called fronds. But they got really good once we started using animal hair. Have a look at some of the animals we used. Boar, taken from the neck or the back of the pig. That is the kind of brush that Van Gogh used. And it's still the gold standard for today. A goat
Wow.
brush. It's good, but it's not the goat. Lacks some spring, so it's mostly used for calligraphy. Badger. Now that's
Badger.
actually mostly used for shaving, not painting at all.
Okay.
Horse, raccoon, and wolf Also not great quality.
Not the Therians making an appearance in this video.
What's the worst quality of all? You know,
plastic?
The gutter oil of the brush world. Well, the worst quality is camel hair brushes. And they're mostly sold as arts and crafts brushes for kids. But the weird thing is, camel hair is so low quality that it's not even used in brushes at all.
Oh.
Yes, so-called camel hair brushes are actually made from cats and rabbits and squirrels.
Oh my god.
But that makes people kind of sad. So they changed the name to a much less cute animal and also one that's kind of exotic so you wouldn't question it. Now,
Wait, that's really what they're made of? Is cat hair? Why can't they just make a synthetic hair out of, like, plastic? They got plenty of that.
It's the best brush of all. What is the S tier of brushes?
Let me guess. It's gotta be guinea pig, maybe? Guinea pig probably has... No. Chinchilla.
Those are made from sable.
Oh my god.
Oh, a sable?
10 out of 10.
Now, sable is a type of weasel. These are hunted for their fur for clothing.
No.
It's him.
But when they catch them to make clothes, they actually only want the body for the clothes. And so they discard the tail altogether.
Okay.
But those tails have the best hair for paintbrushes. And so they are snatched up by the brush makers. Now, the hair is special because...
Okay, so now I'm realizing that paintbrushes aren't vegan. So if you're vegan and you want to start getting into painting, you have to look for vegan brushes. Isn't that crazy?
It has an interlocking scales that vastly increases the surface area. But it also holds strong in the long term. Firm and bouncy, but also soft.
It's smooth, it bounces,
Cover girl.
it moves. Only with new Tresemme Keratin Smooth.
Nice.
And they sell for upwards of $300 a brush.
A brush, bro? No shot. You could buy like a new graphics card with that much money.
Alright, here's a top 10 list, sort of maybe Watch Mojo style of...
Watch Mojo's top 10 paintings of Yaoi. Number 1, Mona Lisa.
the most famous paintings, and just a few interesting things about them that you may not know. Pop quiz, sports shoe wearer. Look at this painting. What does it make you feel?
Makes me feel kind of stressed.
Too late. Or if you answered in time, wrong answer.
Oh.
Happy, sad. I bet those are the only two emotions you even know.
Okay.
The correct answer is shame, because you are embarrassing yourself. You know nothing about the arts. So it is time to look at the best paintings to ever exist. And let's begin with the most obscure of them all.
Did that Starry Night have Darth Vader in it? I did! What the heck? And that's the Death Star. Wow. When I was in school, I learned how to do this. I forget what it was called. I think it's called oil pastels, actually. And we, like, recreated the Starry Night picture. It was so sick to learn how to use that art medium.
Paintings to ever exist. And let's begin with the most obscure of them all. Whoever this is.
Oh, it's like Mario!
The Mona Lisa. Now, I thought it went first name Mona, last name Lisa. Check it out. But turns out,
No, that's her whole name, right? Mona Lisa?
Mona is an honorific, meaning madam. So it's Madam Lisa. Now, relatively recently, historians have figured out who she actually is, and they found out that she's married to a Florentine merchant, Francesco del Giocondo. So that makes her Lisa del Gioconda, and that explains the alternative title of the work.
Oh, is she also Italian? Because Lisa is such a popular name in Italy.
Gioconda. Now, the reason she has her arms crossed and is a little bit chubby is because she's pregnant. In fact, you can kind of see that she's wearing a veil, and that particular type of veil was worn by pregnant women at the time. Her husband commissioned the painting when Da Vinci was already well known, so it would have been very expensive, and that makes it very funny for a couple of reasons.
Wow.
One, it was never handed over to the family. Instead, Leo left it in his will to his apprentice. And two, because for a couple of hundred years, the prevailing theory was that she was not an aristocratic wife, but instead a prostitute.
Wait, no shot. Okay, one, why would a famous painter paint a lady of the night? I'm not saying that's bad that she does that. I'm just saying, like, when will these two cross paths, and why would this famous painter use his resources on someone like that when, like, ideally, like, she's probably getting paid for their exchange? Two, this is clearly, like, it makes way more sense that this was, like, paid for by a nobleman and then to pay my wife, and then he can, like, remember her or something. Actually, it's making it seem more and more sweet because she ended up being, like, the most famous lady on earth, to be honest.
Her hair being down and her almost absent eyebrows were common traits of working girls at the time.
Oh.
Anyway, why is this painting so famous? Well, Da Vinci was already pretty famous, and the painting got stolen. This became a very big news story, and her face suddenly started getting plastered on a whole bunch of newspapers and wanted posters, making her very recognizable. From there, she became the most famous painting, which is why she always looks so smug. Starry Night. Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Painted while he was in the St. Paul de Musol asylum. That's here.
What?
And this was the
Wait,
view
what do you mean asylum? Do you mean like he was crazy?
from his bedroom window. Here is the real view a few decades later. He chose not to paint the metal bars. Now, you can see that there are 11 stars in the sky here.
Yeah.
Supposedly, that's reference to Joseph from the Bible. Joseph, he had a hard life. The minivan, he had a hard life too. And he hoped that he would be remembered at least once he was gone. Like Joseph.
Aww.
And you know what? It worked out for him because everybody remembers Van Gogh and nobody remembers the guys who bullied him and called him a ginger.
So true. Yeah, he's like one of the most famous painters. Imagine like if you were like in heaven and you're looking down on the earth and they're still talking about you. That's so cool.
So there's kind of a theory that he was killed by some kid. Go check out Wendigoon's channel for more information on that one. Ah, the birth of Venus.
Ooh.
All right,
I love this type of art. There's like a really apparent reason why I love this type of art, but it just looks so clean. And I love the color palette and like the flatness of it.
Tell you what's happening in this one. So there's this lady, Venus. She is the goddess of beauty. And she is coming up out of the ocean in a big clam, right? Now the clam is not a metaphor.
As all the baddies do, by the way.
For her vagina. It's that she is the perfect pearl. Get it?
Oh.
Now, these two here are a divine wind. They are blowing her like a hot spoonful of soup towards the shore.
Okay.
And she is carried all the way over to the beach. And this beach, by the way, is a real place called Paphos. It's in Cyprus. Here is what it looks like in real life.
Whoa.
Now, when she arrives on the beach, a nymph shows up, which is this lady here, and she has a cloak. And she throws the cloak over Venus and she says, "You know what? You're very special. One day they're gonna name a 4-blade razor after you."
I'm your Venus, I'm your flyers, don't desire. You guys remember that commercial?
Arrangement in black and grey #1. Also known as Whistler's Mother.
Yes.
Most famous for its appearance in the Mr. Bean movie. Now,
Ooh.
when Whistler's mother originally agreed to be painted, she agreed...
Whistler's mother. That's so interesting that they had her just sitting down. I assume she's just sitting down and looking to the side. This seems so dreary.
to be painted standing up. But she had to pose for so long that eventually she got quite tired and had to sit down. There you go. And that became the famous pose.
Ah.
The Garden of Earthly Delights. All right, this one is probably my favorite because
Ooh,
it looks
I
like
like
a
these.
Where's Waldo, and then the whole thing.
Yeah, I love these. Also, there are these puzzles that I would get, and it's similar. You build the puzzle, and then you do a Where's Waldo after you build the puzzle. It's so sick. I definitely recommend them.
This goes completely off the rails. So, Mr. Hieronymus, that's a name that's going to make a comeback, is doing all of this cool surreal stuff about 500 years ago. So let's start on the left. Here is Adam and Eve, and the pre-incarnation of Jesus. And they are all hanging out in the Garden of Eden. Now what's going on in the middle bit? That's harder to explain. The best theory is either that this is Eden, if people were allowed back into the garden.
I'm just gonna make like an observation here. There are a lot of pale people in this picture, but I do see some darker people here. The juxtaposition is very strange, and there's a lot less of them.
Or if they had never left in the first place, or if man had not committed original sin. But look at the size of that strawberry. Oh, here he is.
Oh, there he
Then
is.
on the right-hand panel is hell, or at least a very bad time. This is where
Jesus.
Oddlaw would end up, that son of a bitch. Right, now, here's
Evil Waldo.
the interesting bit. It's not painted on a typical canvas. It's actually a sort of cabinet thing with
Really?
3 panels called a triptych. And the neat thing is, if
yeah.
you close the doors, more painting. That is the earth, and that is the firmament. A perfect balance between flat earth and globe theory.
Yeah, what the heck? This guy's a flat earther? Holy crap, that is sick. Imagine if we all lived on a dome. I could see that, even if the space photos make it look like a ball. Every dome looks like a ball from the top.
A Sunday afternoon on the island of La Grangette.
Ooh, I love
This
this
thing
one.
is pretty big, and here's the real-life place it was painted after.
Wow.
Or they've beautified it even more with the office building at the back. What you may not know is that
This makes me feel so happy. Imagine like your family going on a picnic and then you meet other families on a picnic and they're all just on picnics and they're hanging out and they're in the boats in the water. I feel like this type of stuff never happens anymore. Not a phone in sight.
it is actually a sequel. First, George Seurat painted the left bank, and that's where all the working class sit. You see these guys that, have a bit less money and stuff.
Yeah.
Gross. And then this is the one that you all know, and that is on the right-hand bank.
Yeah.
And all these people are a very bougie sort. That is Scrappy-Doo. And
Scrappy-Doo!
that's a monkey.
It's a lemur.
The Last Supper. Okay, so the scene is...
Okay, I saw that. This is so stupid. The most recent media that has related to the Last Supper, because it happens all the time. But the most recent one that I've seen has been Amazing Digital Circus, where Pomni is in the middle with Jesus Christ, and then all of Pomni's friends are in the left or right, and they're all sitting on one side of the table.
This. All the disciples are gathered around, and this is the exact moment that Jesus declares, "Hey, by the way..."
Okay, I'm a little bit confused. All of the disciples are men, right? Why do some of these people look like women? I'm not complaining. I love a feminine man, but I just assumed like the person to his left was a woman.
"I know one of you betrayed me." And this is everyone's shocked reaction to the news. Except there's one guy who's just pretending to be shocked. And here is
What
who
the heck,
everyone
Judas?
is. I thought this was Mary, by the way. Turns out that's John.
That's
Very
John.
progressive. And that's all of the paintings, and no one has attempted one since.
Yay! I love paintings.
And I wake up. Quickly, flip the Nord logo, Mariana Stretch.
Do you guys want me to show you one of the paintings I did recently? I put a lot of effort into this one. Hold on, let me see if I could find it. Here we go. Rated out of 10. I call this stupid, sexy, Flanders. Thank you, thank you. I made it in MS Paint. It'll be in it'll be in a museum soon. So get your bids ready. It's starting at $10 million.
And I wake up. Quickly, flip the Nord logo, Mariana Stretch. Flip it the other way, 3 pyramids.
Oh?
Solving the mysteries. There's not much time. I've got to log into NordVPN so the corporations can't track me. Marketing companies gang stalking me, listening to me through the walls. We found the death note.
Holy crap.
Wake up again. I don't have much time. The feds are at my door. Open up. I refuse to take my Nordmill pills. I wake up again.
Nordmill pills.
The demon in the corner of my room wants to access my NordVPN.
What the heck is this guy? This looks like a funny guy just standing in a corner.
I lit him, because I can use it on up to 6 different devices.
Thanks, Nordman.
I know
Thanks,
the corporations
Nordman.
are building profiles on me. I go to Facebook, I go to Wikipedia, then suddenly... I'm getting ads.
Wikipedia? Get feet today? I didn't know that was a real thing.
It's for feet on my Facebook. Big feet, big foot, big pharma.
Oh,
On
Big
Tuesday,
Pharma.
I saw a red car. Coincidence? Huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months. 4 sides to a triangle. Coincidence? There's a guy reacting to my life in the corner right now. 30-day money-back guarantee.
Oh my god, that's Samito. By the way, Samito helped me out with today's pickup line. I saw him write that on another video.
What's the goddamn catch? Time's going faster than usual, and only a limited time to get a great deal on a 2-year plan. I wake up again. It's the perfect Christmas present. Who are you? Wait a minute. My family died in a suspicious house fire. Skinwalker in my house. Change location to Finland. Different regions have different prices on plane tickets and hotels. That ain't even a conspiracy.
Man, that is actually so evil. I did that the other day where I was looking at plane tickets on my phone, and then someone was like, you should look on your computer with a VPN or on like private browsing because they'll change. And so then I looked it up on my computer. I'm not even joking you, $200 difference for the same exact tickets. Evil.
I take more microplastics so I can see through the ether.
We're coming in, Lord, man.
Pizza time.
But they're too late. I click Hyperborea and I am untouchable. If you understood anything that happened in this ad, go to nordvpn.com/.
There were a surprising number of Spider-Man actors in that ad. There was Peter from Spider-Man. What is his name? I forget the guy. And then there's Willem Dafoe, who's the Green Goblin.
Incognito to get a huge deal on a 2-year plan, plus 4 bonus months. Ad over. Alright, so this one is about how to spot a fake painting. I quite like this section, but it kind of got bogged down by all of its technical information, and it went quite long. So, here it is. For the discerning audience. How to spot a fake painting.
Okay. Ninja Turtle.
Glug, glug.
Ew.
Oh my god.
Michelangelo.
Is that a real Michelangelo?
Is it?
We're here now. Quick hypothetical lower tax brackets. If paintings like this one or this one go for literally gajillions of dollars, that's USD, then what's to stop someone from doing this? Then
True.
this. And then this. Then this. And then saying it's real when it.
Yeah, what? There probably is no. I mean, there's probably a way to find out to an extent, but once you like pay off enough people, you're in a higher position in the paint industry, then I bet you could just like pass it off as fake.
It ain't. You know, faking a painting. Turns out, not much at all. In fact, it can be very difficult to tell these fake-ass paintings from the ones that keep it real.
True.
There's a whole ass art to detecting these fakes. And it's become an arms race, where the authenticators find new ways of detecting, and the fakers find new ways to get around their methods.
Oh, I see. So if you want to have a credible gallery, you want to have things authenticated. And so if you can't have it authenticated, then it's as good as garbage.
Technology's advanced. Do you think that makes it harder to make good forgeries?
Yes.
No, you can beat the forensics.
So, authentication. There are 3 main categories: provenance, connoisseurship, forensics.
Okay.
Let's start in alphabetical order. Provenance. Now, provenance follows the history of the painting, tracking down the previous sellers and the buyers.
Okay,
or the
yeah, that
galleries
makes
that
sense.
exhibited it. The hand-to-hand that it was passed through, all the way back to the original painter.
Wow, that must be.
However,
that job must be so cool, by the way. You could literally follow the history of this object all the way back to the painter themselves.
The older the work, the harder it is, generally, to track the provenance. Take, for example, the most expensive painting ever sold.
Salvador Mundi?
The Salvator Mundi, the final Da Vinci.
Why does this look like Mona Lisa? What the heck? I've never seen this painting before.
Sold in 2017 for $400 million. And it can
Light work.
only be traced back to 1958. Back then, it was sold for £45. But in the other 500 years of its history, no one knew where this thing was. Even today, people still dispute whether it's genuine.
I think it's a real flim-flam.
And
Ooh.
this is a made-up piece of junk.
I think it's fake art news.
Real?
Hashtag fake art news. Dude, get this guy on the Animal Crossing island. He's the owl. He'll verify if it's real or not.
In drag.
Then it turns up
In drag, what?
America?
Ooh. Wait a second, is he like homophobic?
In New Orleans? Oh, I see. I think we've wished this Da Vinci into existence. Here's the lost Leonardo that somebody once mentioned in a book.
Provenance has gotten a lot easier over time. You used to have to track down books and read catalogs and stuff, but
Yeah, I guess that is kind of weird, because isn't Da Vinci European? So how would his random painting end up in America? That's actually very strange the more I think about it.
now it's all online. Control plus F, there it is. So you see, kid, there's
Thank God AI art is phasing all of this junk out. Ooh, we don't have to deal with this anymore.
nothing online. Nothing. Tell me who you bought this from, you son of a bitch. Where did you get this? Tell me the name of the auction house that sold you it. Connoisseurship.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the work. Do you believe what you are seeing? How does it look? How does it taste? Are
Ew.
these ballpoint pen strokes those of a master artist?
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, there are people like Martin Kemp, who spend their whole careers focusing on single artists.
I've been
Okay.
dealing with Leonardo for, I suppose, about 50 years.
They can pick
Wow.
out the fakes. So, for example, when he was looking at La Bella Principessa, he went, yep, he uses the Trois Crayon. He's a left-handed artist. The proportions of the head and the face are all correct. You know what? I'm going to give this a big rubber stamp right there in the middle of the painting.
Oh my god, so they're like painting super sleuths. Okay, this also seems really fun, except I can imagine it gets boring after a while, or maybe you run out of paintings to authenticate.
Confirmed. So, for the fakers, they have to have a keen understanding of who they are copying. One of the best fakers, Almir de Hore, for example, mastered
Okay.
the brushstrokes of artists such as Matisse, Modigliani, and Renoir so well
Nice.
that hundreds of museums are currently in possession of his works without
Wow.
even knowing it. Yes, well, Michelangelo was famous for his cangiante painting techniques, and I can't see any of that here.
Isn't that kind of funny? Imagine like someone is impersonating Michael Jackson and they're seen as such a good impersonator that they get their own tour. I think that's happened before. You probably could find someone like that in Vegas.
You're 0 for 2, kid. You're going down. Forensics. This thing's going straight to the lab. You're about to have a paint brush up with the law.
Okay.
Masterpiece. More like you're a real masterpiece of shit, kid.
He's good at that.
All right, now the people that solve murders have really changed the game when it comes to art forgeries by
Okay.
implementing radiocarbon dating. Radiocarbon dating. Carbon dating? Yeah,
What?
but it's not serious. Listen, you're made out of carbon. I'm made out of carbon. Paintings are made out of carbon.
Yeah.
And when a thing is made out of carbon, there are these unusual isotopes of carbon-14, right? They're
Okay.
floating all throughout the air and the atmosphere. Now, all living things contain a trace of them. They are taken in when something eats,
Cow.
breathes, anything else. And that happens
Whoa.
continuously
Breeds? What does that mean?
throughout the life cycle. However, when the organism dies, it stops taking in new carbon, right? Which means
Not them showing a cow and then saying when the organism dies and they show a freaking patty on the grill, bro. And now it's a skeleton cow.
stops taking in new carbon-14. Same thing happens to a painting. You've stopped putting paint on the thing, no more carbon.
Oh.
Carbon-14 is an unstable isotope, and it decays at a very steady rate. Poof. It turns into nitrogen-14 and a beta particle.
Okay.
And because these carbon-14 atoms decay at a very steady rate, in principle, you can look at the proportional number of carbon-14 atoms and determine how old something is. More
Oh, that is
carbon-14
sick. No way. So it's literally just becomes a math equation at that point. You find out how much carbon is on the painting and you can subtract it and then multiply that by the years. Oh my god. I know what I'm talking about, by the way. I've done math before.
newer painting. Less carbon-14, older painting.
Wow.
In 1985, using this technique, they caught a guy, Robert Trotter, who forged a Sarah Hon painting. Ah, far too many carbon-14 atoms. Lock 'em up,
Oh.
boys. But there are even simpler methods of testing the age of a pigment.
Okay.
3 Jackson Pollock paintings were found to be fake when it was determined that the pigments on the canvas weren't sold until the 1960s. But
So
Pollock was
true.
dead by 1956.
Ah.
Nowadays, there are huge pigment libraries that can be easily crossed.
Whoa, prehistory? They only had black, bone black, umber, red orch, yellow orch, and lime white. And then the further we go, now we have like all these different colors. Where's pink?
Referenced. So that shows the year a pigment was first introduced and what year it stopped being used.
Oh.
For example, anything that has titanium white has to have been produced in the last 80 years. I'm going to be honest with you, kid. Michelangelo never used the yellow Crayola. X-rays. Now,
X-rays.
you can blast this thing with some radiation and look behind the painting to see what's underneath. For example,
Wait, because I know painters, they used to like paint pictures and then they would paint over the pictures all the time. It's kind of like just modern day artists where you have to kind of keep like changing and erasing your picture, but they didn't have like erasers. So they would literally just paint over it if they could.
Artists do a sketch first. Maybe this is painted over something else. If you look behind the Mona Lisa, you can actually see that she had a much larger head once. Although maybe it just shrunk with age.
That's so cool.
And you can see that veil much more easily. Also, if you x-ray even further, you can see her fully formed skeleton.
Ooh.
But the art forgers of today are a wily bunch. Forgers can source old canvases from the correct period. They can use error-matching pigments. Even the carbon dating can be a bit unreliable. Heck, even the x-rays can be bullshitted, as forgers take into account that their work will be x-rayed.
What about a CAT scan? Look at the Mona Lisa. Is that the sketch they had? Bro, what about the rule of thirds? He's got it all wrong.
As they do a sort of fake painting or sketch first, and then paint the next version on top. Alright, kid, I'll give you $20,000 for this. Or a shiny new bottle of Ritalin.
What is Ritalin?
Works every time.
Ritalin is a central nervous system stimulant containing methamphetamine? Huh? Oh, it's prescribed for ADHD and sleep disorders like narcolepsy. Oh, it's like Adderall. I see.
This section is about Shakespeare. Wow, that would make so much sense for it to be in the theatre video on the
Shakespeare? I sure hope it does.
main channel. This dude showed up and changed the game. Shakespeare. Here's the thing though. We basically know nothing about him. First,
he's actually kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. Shakespeare's really cute.
We don't know what he looked like.
Oh,
there
never
are two
mind.
best guesses. One is from this engraving on a first folio. But that wasn't put together until 7 years after he was already dead.
Oh.
One of his peers, Ben Jonson, knew him though and said, yeah, it's pretty close. So maybe. The second is a bust.
Never, ever, ever ask a man how another man looks because they never look close enough. You gotta ask a girly. Like, did he marry someone? Did he have any relatives? They'll be able to describe him in great detail.
Was made for his grave. There are a
so
bunch
he's
of others,
chunky?
but they weren't commissioned.
Sorry, chubby. What the heck? Just ignore I said that.
By Shakespeare himself. They weren't done while he was alive, and he didn't exactly stop to pose for them. But these are the ones we most recognize him by. This includes Chandos, which is probably the most recognizable. So this could be him, or this could be some completely other dude, or it could be an ideal.
Are they editing on the ear piercings, or is that actually he was wearing an ear piercing back then? That's so freaking awesome of him.
Version. Now, we also don't know exactly when he was born, or when he died, or how he died. His birthday is celebrated on the 23rd of April, but there's no record of that. And then he died on the 23rd of April as well. So he died on his birthday?
That's
odd coincidence.
Sucks.
But we know that he did marry a lady named Anne Hathaway. Yes,
Anne Hathaway!
same as Catwoman, but this one was the original. We also don't even really know how to spell his name. There are tons of different signatures by him, but they're practically all spelt differently. And let's not even get started on the conspiracies of whether or not he really wrote his plays. The son of 2 illiterate parents from a lower-class neighborhood suddenly becoming the world's greatest playwright? Bit suspicious. Also,
wait, so how did he write plays if no one taught him how to read? Maybe they taught him how to write? I don't know.
He was gay, or worse,
gay?
whether he was foreign, or what the hell is going on with his grave. So if you go to the Holy Trinity Church in Stratford, there is his grave. There he lays, but there is an engraving above him. Blessed be the man that spares these stones, and cursed be he who moves my bones.
Oh my god. His bones aren't in there. His bones aren't in. They're literally saying, like, don't check if he's in here because he's definitely not in here.
Cursed, you see. You're not allowed to dig him up. So everyone is super spooked out by the curse and they refuse to dig him up. So archaeologists instead have done radar scans.
Is there nothing in there?
His head is missing. He was grave robbed in 1794. So we can't even reconstruct him that way.
Oh my god!
They won't open it up for DNA tests. So it's likely that we will never know.
He's a vampire. He's gotta be a vampire. There's no shot that you can't find his head anywhere. Also, why would his head be removed?
The truth. The government is hiding something.
Yeah, they are.
The point is, Shakespeare stole a theatre at one point. Okay, quick Shakespeare moment. In 1599, Shakespeare was working as a playwright with his acting troupe called the Lord Chamberlain's Men. Now, they were leasing out a theatre in Shoreditch called the Theatre. Creative name. Anyway, they had a disagreement with the landlord, Giles Allen. Giles revoked their lease.
Dude, landlords were shitty even back then. Bro, we need to abolish them now.
Shakespeare and the Chamberlain's Men were not very happy about that, but they had no option but to walk away. But a few days later, in the dead of night, they came back. Now, the group met up just outside the theatre, and they had bribed the watchman to look the other way. Then, with daggers and tools in hand, they broke into the theatre. Now,
no way, they griefed the server? This is gonna be crazy.
They weren't there to kill Giles, and they weren't there to steal stuff from the theatre. No. They were there to rob the theatre.
What?
They tore down the entire building, piece by piece, and they started carting it away to a warehouse.
Oh,
From
that's
there, they ferried it across the Thames and over to Southwark. With the materials that they stole, they constructed the Globe Theatre. And there it stood.
Dude, that is actually the best heist ever. Instead of like trying to kill you or rob you, we're literally just gonna take your building. And then how can they prove it? They literally could not prove, like, they literally deconstructed my building and then went across the way and then built a new building out of my building materials. Like, people are gonna look at you like you're crazy.
For the next 14 years until it burnt down. Whoops. It was a performance of Henry VIII. And a prop cannon was involved. Don't worry about that. But then it was rebuilt. But then in 1642, it was shut down again. But in 1997, a recreation of the Globe Theatre was made once more. And in London, you can visit it today. As long as you can avoid being...
Where is it? I want to go there.
...stabbed.
Yippee!
And now for the best section of all.
What?
Come on, people, we're ready to shoot. Where's the pizza box with the hole in it?
Oh, never mind, that's my cue. I gotta go.
Wait, I just got that reference. Did anyone order a pizza with sausage?
Catch you soon. Don't forget NordVPN.
Yippee! Let's go. Thanks for watching this React video. I'll put a playlist of all the internet historian on the right. Come say hi to me at twitch.tv/KaimaniClanny and let me know in the comments below what you want me to react to next. I'll see you later. Bye!